9 NFL teams this weekend. I have 8 losing. I think Carolina with Teddy Bridgewater will beat the Raiders. Other than that, I have them all losing. I have Tom Brady losing. My one big NFL prediction this year, same quarterback and head coach with no OTAs and no camp is a big advantage. I also think there's a weird fit for Tom Brady in Tampa. This wide receiver core, this tight end core is built to throw the ball down the field. Translation, the offensive line is going to be really important. Tom doesn't like to get hit. Old quarterbacks do not like to get hit. They like their knees protected. They want to go to their kids' high school football games and not limp around the field. Young quarterbacks are a tad more daring until they get hit for a few years, and then they don't want to get hit. Tom Brady's got a wide receiving core. Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, really, really good tight ends. They're going to throw the ball down the field, and that's who the head coach is. And Breeze and Brady in the last 4 or 5 years, as they've aged, are winning games at the line of scrimmage, checking down, being smart, getting out, audibling out of blitzes into efficiency, slot receivers, rarely throwing deep. This is a roster that should throw the ball deep. What does that mean? The offensive line is going to tell me. If you told me right now the grade of the Tampa Bay offensive line at Thanksgiving, I would tell you what their record would be. To me, I know this is a rock star roster with Gronk and Brady and Shaq Barrett and there's all sorts. I want you to pay attention to somebody you have never seen play. His name is Tristan Wirfs. He's from Iowa. He's a right tackle. He's going to go up against Cameron Jordan, who is the best 4-3 defensive end in football. He's on our show all the time. You will know by the end of the first quarter, if Tom Brady is running for his life, Tampa Bay is in trouble. That's what this game is going to come down to. Can the rookie from Iowa, who unlike other rookies at right tackle, had no OTAs and had no exhibition games, these will be his first live NFL snaps against Cameron Jordan, who's unbelievably talented. And oh, by the way, if you were a young person in your 20s and you go to the NFL and your first assignment is to protect the greatest living quarterback and the greatest player in league history, a couple butterflies maybe, a little, that the pressure is on Tristan Wirfs, who has a legendary calorie intake. Love the kid. But you talk about a rough opening assignment, best 4-3 DE in the NFL. You got to protect Tom Brady, new pieces, new system. You want to slide Gronk over next to the rookie from Iowa to help out. That, to me, is the game. This offense is built to throw the ball down the field, and that's not who Tommy's been the last 4 or 5 years. It's not who Drew Brees has been the last 4 or 5 years. And Aaron Rodgers, by the way, has been leading the NFL in throwaways. He doesn't want to get hit either, and he's really athletic. That, to me, is the game. I think Tommy and the Buccaneers lose, and I think 8 of the 9, new coach, new system, or new quarterback on the roster who is starting. I don't count the Chargers because Tyrod Taylor was there. I have 8 of 9 losing. Here's Joy with the news.
No. Turn on the news. This is the Herdline News.
Well, Cam Newton will be making his debut with the New England Patriots this Sunday against the Dolphins.
Yes, he will.
And he can't wait to get back on the field.
Excitement level is on 1,000. Yeah, I'm excited and happy. Just to get back into the rhythm of game week, the preparation, just the little nuggets that you can often forget. You have to remember, I've been away from football really for a full year.
He makes a good point, which is why I think it's kind of strange that the line is as big as it is. They're
I don't know.
By 6.5 on Fox Bet.
Big Ben and Cam Newton. I don't know what I'm going to get.
Right.
They've been away from football for a long time. The line is Miami. Fox Bet. Miami gets 6.5 points. Now, it is not in my Blazing Five, but it was the last pick I eliminated. I'll have you know it came down to 2 picks. I have 4 I love and 1 I'm going either way. And I didn't choose the Dolphins, but I think they win.
It's in New England, but as we know,
it's 75.
Really
by the way,
it's nice right now, and there's no home field advantage.
And they've played really well. Brian Flores has He's a Patriot. He brought Patriots over
And
on
it's
defense.
not like Tua is starting. It's Fitzpatrick.
Who's been a great September quarterback.
Right, it's very strange. But Sunday will be Cam's first game action since week 2 of 2019. So very, like you mentioned, Ben Roethlisberger, very similar.
Yeah.
It's 2020. It's a whole new world. We're going to see Tom Brady in a Bucs uniform and Cam Newton in a Patriots uniform, which is probably the last team in the NFL that I thought Cam would be with. But
It is the last team I thought he would be with.
I'm really interested to see what it looks like, what the offense looks like.
So am I.
It's just
There's a lot of
incredible storylines this year.
Yeah, there's a lot of games. I'm like, I don't know what Phillip Rivers is going to look like behind that great O-line. I don't know.
My Colts fans, they can't stop telling me how great they're going to be this year.
Could
I'm
be.
like, maybe, but not the Phillip Rivers that I saw last year. But who knows? There's a lot of things up in the air aside from COVID and all of the pressures and complications that it has had on the offseason. There's just been so many dramatic changes.
Yeah.
There's a lot to watch on Sunday.
I thought last night was a really good representation product for the league.
It was great.
I thought it was a terrific product.
It was great. It looked great. It sounded great. And I honestly, I know we say it like every day, but I can't. I mean, I was sitting there watching I'm watching the game. I'm eating my lemon pepper wings. And I'm like, this is football. I can't believe it. We're in the middle of a pandemic. Like, if you would have told me in March that this was going to happen, I would be like, okay, I'm going to have to wait and see. Like, there's a lot that has to go down, and they've done an amazing job.
This is not a political statement, but I believe our commissioners have done a much better job than many of our governors.
I don't think that's actually debatable.
I think Rob Manfred got heat, put his head down, got through that Miami Marlins mess. Baseball's done a great job.
It's a good lesson in you don't have to listen to everything that Twitter says.
Yeah, you're right.
You should probably spend a little less time on Facebook. And smart people are going to find a way through crisis.
Yeah.
Just give them a little support and something that nobody wants to give anyone, time, even though we may not have a lot of it.
Yeah.
You just have to be a little patient. They've done an incredible job. The broadcast looked perfect.
You and I have only had one sport we can't figure out what'll happen, college football. We've both said we're not quite sure how you do it with the kids on campus. And there's also, you're not paying the players, so do you put them at risk? And that's the only sport I'll just watch it and see what happens.
The pro leagues have done an incredible job.
Great job.
That said, thank you for the transition, Colin. Coaches, players, and parents from the Big Ten have been pleading with the conference to bring football back since the season was postponed. You dropped a little nugget on... What day was it?
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
I said Wednesday that I had two sources who I way up the food chain in the Big Ten that said there's a lot of push to play in mid-October.
Well, the other Power 5 conferences starting this week. I watched the University of Miami game last night. Ohio State coach Ryan Day released a statement asking why his team can't play. But he also gave some hope of return. It read in part, we still have an opportunity to give our young men what they have worked so hard for. The Big Ten Medical Subcommittee